2 million views. That's how many people watched my niece, Brianna, point her camera at me during Thanksgiving dinner and say, "This is my Aunt Vivian. She's literally the poorest person in our family. Look at her outfit. I'm pretty sure that sweater is from Walmart. Like the clearance section. It's giving sad wine aunt energy." The comments were brutal. "Why does she look like a substitute teacher? Girl, your aunt needs a GoFundMe. The way she's just sitting there not knowing she's being roasted." Brianna had pinned her favorite one to the top. POV, your family's disappointment shows up to dinner in outlet mall realness. I watched the video 3 times. Not because it hurt, because I was calculating. Drop a comment and let me know where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. I'd love to know who's part of our community. I'm Vivian Holloway. I'm 52 years old. I drive a Honda Accord that I've had for 11 years. I buy my clothes from wherever has good quality at reasonable prices, which sometimes is Walmart and sometimes is a boutique in Milan. I don't post on social media. I don't wear jewelry that screams. I don't feel the need to announce my presence when I walk into a room. What I do have is a private equity firm that I founded 23 years ago. It currently manages $892 million in assets. I also have a real estate portfolio worth approximately $34 million, an art collection that Sotheby's has appraised at $12 million, and a beach house in Malibu that I bought in 2008 when the market crashed. But my family doesn't know any of that. To them, I'm just Aunt Vivian. The quiet one. The one who never married. The one who does something with investments, but clearly isn't very good at it, because look at how she dresses. Look at her sad little car. Look at the way she brings store-bought pie to Thanksgiving instead of hiring a caterer like Brianna's mother, my sister-in-law Kendra. I let them believe it. For 20 years, I let them believe it. Because when my brother Marcus married Kendra, I saw immediately what kind of person she was. She measured everything in labels. She calculated human worth by the car you drove, the bag you carried, the neighborhood you lived in. And I watched her raise Brianna to be exactly the same way. So I made a decision. I would help Brianna anyway. Not because she deserved it, but because she was my brother's daughter. I set up a trust fund when she was born. I contributed to it every year, quietly, through a family foundation that obscured my involvement. By the time she turned 18, it had grown to $1.8 million. But I'm not stupid. The trust had conditions. Very specific conditions. The money would be released on her 21st birthday, but only if she met the character requirements outlined in Section 4. The beneficiary must demonstrate consistent behavior reflecting integrity, kindness, and respect for others. Any public conduct deemed materially inconsistent with these values, as determined by the trustee, may result in partial or complete forfeiture of the trust assets. The trustee was my attorney, Howard Pemberton. He had been with me since I founded my firm. He was meticulous, ethical, and completely humorless. He also happened to be on TikTok, because his teenage grandson had shown him how to use it. Howard called me the morning after Thanksgiving. "Vivian," he said, his voice flat. "Have you seen your niece's video?" "I have. 2 million views. She's publicly humiliating the benefactor of her trust fund, and she doesn't even know it. The comments section is a cesspool. She's responding to them, encouraging them. She posted a follow-up video this morning ranking her family members by net worth. You were at the bottom. I poured myself a cup of coffee. What's your assessment, Howard?" Section 4 is clear. This is a material breach of the character clause. The behavior is public, documented, and ongoing. She's not just being unkind. She's monetizing cruelty. She's building a brand on mocking people she perceives as beneath her. Her 21st birthday is in 2 weeks. I'm aware. If you want to invoke the forfeiture clause, I need your written authorization. The funds will be redirected according to the secondary beneficiary designation. The secondary beneficiary was a scholarship fund for first-generation college students. I had set it up as a safety net, hoping I would never need to use it. "Send me the paperwork," I said. I signed it that afternoon. The forfeiture was official. Brianna's $1.8 million trust fund was gone. She just didn't know it yet. Her 21st birthday party was exactly what you would expect. Kendra had rented out a rooftop venue downtown. There were ice sculptures, a DJ, a step and repeat banner with Brianna's face on it. The theme was finally legal to be this fabulous. The guest list was 200 people, most of whom Brianna had never met, but who had enough followers to boost her engagement. I arrived wearing a simple black dress. No jewelry. Flats. Kendra looked at me like I had shown up in a garbage bag. Vivian, she said, air kissing my cheek without making contact. So glad you could make it. I know these events aren't really your scene. I wouldn't miss it, I said. The party was in full swing when Brianna took the microphone. She was wearing a custom designer dress that cost more than most people's monthly rent. Her hair and makeup had been professionally done. She looked like an influencer at a product launch, which, in a way, she was. The product was herself. Thank you all for coming, she said, beaming at the crowd. This is literally the best night of my life. I'm officially 21, which means I can finally access my trust fund. Shout out to whoever set that up. I'm about to be so irresponsible with that money. She laughed. The crowd laughed with her. I didn't laugh. Kendra clinked her champagne glass. Actually, sweetheart, we have a special surprise for you. The trust fund administrator is here to present your official paperwork. It's a family tradition. She gestured toward the side of the room, where Howard Pemberton was standing in his usual gray suit, holding a leather portfolio. Brianna squealed. Oh my God, is this happening right now? Someone filmed this. Several phones went up. The moment was being captured from every angle. Perfect. Howard walked to the center of the room. He didn't smile. He never smiled. He opened the portfolio and cleared his throat. Miss Brianna Holloway, he began. I am Howard Pemberton, trustee of the Holloway Family Educational Trust, established on the date of your birth for the purpose of providing financial resources upon your 21st birthday. Brianna was literally bouncing on her heels. How much is it? Mom said it was a lot. The original value of the trust was $1.8 million. The crowd gasped. Brianna's eyes went wide. Kendra was already crying happy tears. However, Howard continued, and the word landed like a hammer. Pursuant to Section 4 of the Trust Agreement, which outlines character requirements for disbursement, the trust has been subject to a forfeiture review. The room went quiet. Brianna's smile flickered. On November 24th of this year, you posted a video to the social media platform TikTok in which you publicly mocked and humiliated a family member, specifically the individual who established and funded this trust. The video received over 2 million views. You subsequently posted additional content continuing this behavior and engaged with commenters who amplified the cruelty. Brianna's face went pale. Wait, what? Who funded the trust? Howard looked at me. Every head in the room turned. Your Aunt Vivian, he said. She has been the sole contributor to your trust fund since your birth. Every dollar in that account came from her. The silence was absolute. I could hear the ice melting in someone's drink. Kendra stepped forward, her face twisted with confusion. That's impossible. Vivian doesn't have that kind of money. She drives a Honda. She wears Walmart clothes. I offered. Howard continued, unmoved by the drama. As trustee, I have determined that Miss Holloway's conduct constitutes a material breach of the character clause. Accordingly, the trust has been dissolved. The funds have been redirected to the secondary beneficiary, a scholarship fund for first-generation college students. Brianna's phone slipped from her hand and clattered on the floor. No. This isn't happening. Aunt Vivian, please. I didn't know. I was just making content. It was a joke. Everyone does it. Please, you can't do this. I walked toward her slowly. The crowd parted like I was Moses at the Red Sea. I stopped a few feet away, close enough that only she could hear me clearly. You called me the poor relative, Brianna. You made a video mocking my clothes, my car, my life. You ranked me at the bottom of the family. 2 million people watched you humiliate me for entertainment, and you pinned the cruelest comment to the top of your page. Tears were streaming down her face now, ruining her professionally applied makeup. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, Aunt Vivian. I'll delete everything. I'll apologize publicly. I'll do anything. The trust was designed to help you build a future, I said quietly. But you can't build anything on a foundation of cruelty. You can't treat people like content and expect to be trusted with resources. The money is gone, Brianna. Not because I'm punishing you, but because you showed me exactly who you are. And I believe you. Kendra grabbed my arm. Her nails dug into my skin. You can't do this. That money was for her future. You're ruining her life over a stupid video. I removed her hand gently but firmly. I didn't ruin anything, Kendra. I funded her entire life. The prep school. The tutors. The car you gave her for her 16th birthday. The apartment you co-signed. All of it came from grants and scholarships that I anonymously provided. I did it because she was my niece, and I hoped she would grow into someone worth investing in. I looked around the room at the 200 guests, most of whom were still filming. She made a video calling me poor to 2 million strangers. Tonight, 2 million more will learn that the poor aunt was worth more than everyone in this room combined. That's not revenge. That's just the truth finally being told. I turned to leave. My brother Marcus, who had been standing frozen near the bar, finally spoke. Vivian, wait. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know any of this. I stopped but didn't turn around. You knew how they treated me, Marcus. Every holiday. Every family dinner. You watched your wife and daughter mock me for 20 years, and you never said a word. You didn't need to know about the money to know that was wrong. I walked out of the rooftop venue into the cold December air. Behind me, I could hear Brianna sobbing, Kendra screaming at Howard, and the murmur of 200 guests who had just witnessed the most expensive TikTok fail in history. The video from the party went viral the next day. Not Brianna's video. The videos her guests posted. The ones showing her face when she learned the truth. The ones capturing the exact moment she realized that the woman she had called a sad wine aunt had been her secret benefactor all along. The internet, which had laughed at me a week ago, turned on her instantly. Imagine fumbling $1.8 million for clout. The poor aunt was the rich aunt the whole time. She really said Walmart clothes to a multimillionaire. I can't breathe. Brianna deleted all her social media accounts within 48 hours. Kendra stopped posting entirely. Marcus sent me a letter apologizing for everything, but I haven't responded yet. Some wounds need time before you know if they can heal. The scholarship fund received the $1.8 million on December 15th. It will pay for 14 students to attend college next year. Students who worked hard, who showed character, who understand that how you treat people matters more than how you look doing it. I'm sitting in my living room now, wearing a sweater that cost $47 from a store Brianna would never set foot in. It's comfortable. It's warm. It's exactly what I need. I don't dress to impress people who measure worth in labels. I dress for myself. I live for myself. And I give to people who understand that kindness isn't a weakness and humility isn't poverty. Brianna thought she was exposing me. She thought she was showing the world who I really was. She was right, just not in the way she expected. If you've ever been underestimated by people who confuse silence for weakness, hit that like button and share this story. And remember, the people who mock you for being quiet might be standing on ground you built.